kind of unique. We get this book called Numbers, so this is one of those lessons you can really count on. So that was a dumb joke to start, but here we go. What's happening is if you look at the bigger picture here, you have Genesis, then Exodus, and Leviticus in the rearview mirror at this point. Now for today's lesson, we get Numbers. And then the last book of Moses that we'll talk about next time is Deuteronomy, which is the second telling of the law. This particular book covers roughly 40 years of the wanderings in the wilderness. So we call it Numbers because we are going to number the children of Israel at the beginning, in chapter 1, at the beginning of these 40 years, and then we're going to number them again at the end, right before we get the second telling of the law and the final teachings of Moses, and then they go into the promised land there. So that's kind of the overview of where we are in the story.
And the Hebrew name for this book is called In the Wilderness. So if you were reading this in Hebrew, you would know, oh, this is the wilderness wandering, right? The wilderness wandering is not in Genesis. Exodus is really about God getting the people out of Egypt. Leviticus is about, let's get all the priestly temple things set up. And then it's this whole 40 years of wandering in the wilderness. And then before they enter into the Holy Land, okay, let's remind people, here are God's covenantal expectations for how to have peace and prosperity in the land.